Well, guys, that's right. He said his facility is ready for sports betting if this goes through, but a lot of Oklahomans go out of state to make their bets.
For brick and mortar sports betting, meaning in the casino, we've got a nice little sports bar over there.
Jake Keys is the chairman of the Iowa Tribe, and he says their new casino, Harrah's Oklahoma in Chandler, already has plans to adapt to sports betting if it is legalized this year.
We've already, thought ahead and kind of thought about turning that into a little bit of a sports book area with some kiosks and that kind of thing.
Wednesday, House Bill 1047 is expected to be on the Senate floor. The bill would legalize sports betting, and native tribes would be able to take bets on games starting November 1st in casinos. If 5 tribes anywhere across the state agree to start mobile sports betting, then that would be available soon after.
January of 2023, I drove up to Kansas Star Casino and made a bet that Joe Burrow would rush for over 50 yards.
That bet was a success. Senator Bill Coleman said he didn't cash it out. He just wanted to prove some Oklahomans leave the state to bet in Kansas and Missouri, and argues, why not have it here? However, Governor Stitt has pushed for open markets where tribes would not have total control, and he said he'd veto anything other than his idea.
These are tribal push bills that are only going to benefit the tribes and not the citizens of Oklahoma.
Jake says if the bill passes out of the legislature to the governor's desk, he's not expecting a signature, but he is prepared to keep pushing.
Obviously, probably a veto from the governor at that point in time, but then hopefully we have enough support to override that veto. It's more than just 51%. I think it's a super majority to override a veto, I believe. But a big part of that is us communicating with our senators and state reps throughout the state so that they understand how it's a benefit to the state as well as the tribes.
He told me if sports betting is legalized, tribes would pay about 8% of their revenue from those bets to the state.
Our sports betting bill would have fees that go to the state to support education and different things like that. Those illegal sites, they're not doing any of that. And so this is our way to help combat that.
And Oklahoma is one of about a dozen states that does not currently have sports betting. The session starts at 1:30 tomorrow. At the Capitol, Jason Berger, KOCO 5 News.